So what's unique about us is we are a almost self-sustaining unit within Bison. So my name is Bryan Ugrin. I am the current LTL Supervisor of Bison Transport, and I've been with the company for 6 years. My first exposure to Bison actually was through a tour, which just in the last week we've seen 3 or 4 of them come through here. And I took a tour, I learned about Bison, I learned about the ops, I took a ride in the simulator. I heard about this role of a pricing analyst. Sure enough, being a student without a job, I went home, I did some research. The day I started here, I went through orientation, and sitting in the green boardroom across from me was Randy, the guy who was hired to start Bison's LTL division. He asked me, do you know what LTL means? And I said, less than truckload, just learn it through school. Through that, I guess, initial partnership and relationship, I was able to understand who he was, what LTL was all about. Our truckload team and pricing team had more and more exposure to these LTL opportunities. And I thought they're very interesting because they're outside the norm of what we did. After Preet introduces the fact that we have this, and this is a project that he's working on and spearheading, to say, okay, once you guys are through with Randy and identifying the gaps, that is going to blend into this. And you could start talking that way as well.
100%.
First, I'd start off with the acronym, less than truckload. So it's very easy to say we have truckload and we have less than truckload. Within one truckload, we can fit multiple customers. And the analogy I like to use is we have a different model similar to how a taxi has a different model than a bus service. So a taxi, you move from point A to point B, whatever stops you want to go in between, you pay for them, but you get there and you get everything you want. With LTL, there's a set schedule, passengers are coming on, passengers are coming off. That bus moves, more people come on, more people come off. And ultimately, that's what our LTL service is. Another analogy I like to use, it's like a game of Tetris. Everybody knows Tetris, everyone's won or lost, and ultimately you want to maximize the space and utilization within that trailer to win and get more points. That's exactly what we're trying to do, is use every square inch of that trailer to best utilize our assets. I think the biggest thing is that entrepreneurial spirit. Even though we have a process that might work and it works well today, it's definitely not going to work tomorrow. And one of the things we keep hearing over and over is what's gotten us here today won't keep us moving forward into tomorrow. The dynamicness of growing a business within a division it's very fun. It's also very challenging. There's a lot of extra work that might go into it. LTL is here for the success and greater good of Bison as a whole, and we're not just thinking about our own profit or our own revenue.
Oh no. I think I auto-corrected the word late to lattes. There we go.
Better late than latte, am I right?
Better latte than late.
Part of understanding our culture is understanding our history. So as I touched on before, Randy was the first person in LTL. It's a one-man show, and he grew. He needed assistance to help move freight, enter orders, and keep the day-to-day operations floating. The team has just expanded year over year. I think in the last year we've added about 6 or 7 bodies. So what's unique about us is we are a almost self-sustaining unit within Bison. As the team grew, the specialization of each role was more defined. However, we all understand what each other are trying to accomplish and can jump in when it's necessary. So if one person has a surge of freight or they're off on vacation one day, another person can jump in and support them. We're all here to say, how's your day going? Do you need some help? Okay, well, I'll finish my stuff and then I can help support you. I'll have a bit of free time this afternoon.
Oh, so you have them all connected,
Right.
like within the same document almost. Right. Okay, cool.
The one thing that stood out to me when I first walked in was just the look of the building. It's kind of like you feel like you're walking into a spaceship. You see a lot of glass boardrooms. The colors are very, very bright. The lighting's bright. Everyone's got a smile on their face. So it's a very just good atmosphere to be in. Everyone wants to have that common goal of, let's make this place fun. Let's have some fun today. Right behind me, we've got a basketball net. No one's once said, why do you guys have a basketball net? Should you guys be working? Many times throwing the basketball to people walking by and just spend 5 minutes shooting hoops just to take some of that stress off. So when you go back to the desk, you can actually be a little bit more productive or get back to what you're working on. Sometimes you just need a break, right? This is always the tough one, but if I get it, it's a win either way. I'm gonna hit Tyler or I'm gonna swoosh it. Oh, so close. I'm gonna give myself 4 attempts and we're gonna nail it. One more. That was nice. Bison's culture also is one that celebrates success instead of criticizes failures. We talk about where we've won, we get a bunch of pizza, we get some cake, and we just have a big celebration. Every time a driver hits a very key milestone, the whole company gets involved. It doesn't have to be the whole company, but we've decided as a team or as an organization, let's make these people feel special because what they've done is special. I don't know if I had any misconceptions. I just didn't think I understood the breadth of this industry. How in depth you can go with every single role, how much there is to know, what is the specialization of each task that goes amongst it. I remember seeing maybe in my 2nd or 3rd year here, Bison did their 1,000,000th order. And that was a big milestone, so we celebrated it. And it took every single person that touched that 1,000,000th order, whether it was customer service or ops, dispatch, drivers, invoicing, sales. And there's a team of about 20 people or 25 people that were on that photo. And it was incredible to see, holy smokes, all those people are coming together to move one order. And that was an eye-opener for me. Every day I understand that more and more, and I think that's something for anyone coming into this industry to understand is you'll never get bored, and if you do, it's your own choice that you haven't explored deep enough, because there's always something new to learn.
Okay, that's a wrap, buddy.